By mentally falsifying the facts of life, man moves from passive reaction to active creation. This breaks the wheel of recurrence and builds a cumulatively enlarging future. If a man does not always create in the full sense of the word, it is because he is not faithful to his vision, or else he thinks of what he wants rather than from his wish fulfilled. Man is such an extraordinary synthesis, partly tied by his senses, and partly free to dream that his internal conflicts. The state of conflict in the individual is expressed in society. Life is a romantic adventure. To live creatively, imagining novel solutions to ever more complex problems is far nobler than restraining or killing out desire. All that is desired can be imagined into existence. There is no inevitable permanence in anything. Both past and present continue to exist only because they are sustained by imagining on some level or other, and a radical transformation of life is always possible by man revising the undesirable part of it. Any imaginal activity acquiring intensity through our concentrated attention to the clarity of the end desired tends to overflow into regions beyond where we are, but we must leave it to take care of such imaginal activity itself. It is marvelously resourceful in adapting and adjusting means to realize itself. Once we think in terms of influence rather than of clarity of the end desired, the effort of imagination becomes an effort of will, and the great art of imagining is perverted into tyranny. The buried past usually lies deeper than our surface mind can plumb. It is to the pruning shears of revision that we owe our prime fruit. Man and his past are one continuous structure. This structure contains all of the past which has been conserved and still operates below the threshold of his senses to influence the present and the future of his life. The whole is carrying all of its contents with it. Any alteration of content will result in an alteration in the present and the future. The first act of correction or cure is always revise. If the past can be recreated into the present, so can the revised past. And thus the revised past appears within the very heart of her present life. Not fate, but a revised past brought good fortune. Make results and accomplishment the crucial test of true imagination, and your confidence in the power of imagination to create reality will grow gradually from your experiments with revision confronted by experience. Only by this process of the experiment can you realize the potential power of your awakened and controlled imagination. This parable of the unjust steward urges us to mentally falsify the facts of life, to alter a theme already in being. As each day falls, mentally revise the facts of life and make them conform to events well worthy of recall. Tomorrow will take up the altered pattern and go forward until at length it is realized on the heights of attainment. You will find it worthwhile to follow these clues: imaginal construction of scenes implying the wish fulfilled, and imaginative participation in these scenes until tones of reality are reached. We are dealing with the secret of imagining, in which man is seen awakening into a world completely subject to his imaginative power. Man can understand the recurrence of events well enough, the building of a world from images supplied by memory, things remaining as they are. This gives him a sense of security in the stability of things. However, the presence within him of a power which awakens and becomes what it wills, radically changing its form, its environment, and the circumstances of life, inspires in him a feeling of insecurity, a dreadful fear of the future. Revise each day. Listening to this video over and over again will create a pattern in your mind that will definitely help you in the near future. Now the method is to try to revise your day every night before falling asleep. Try to visualize clearly and enter into the revised scene, which would be the imaginal solution to your problem. The revised imaginal structure may have a great influence on others, but that is not your concern. The other, influenced in the following story, is profoundly grateful for that influence.